As we move forward, I do want to thank everyone here, as well our industry and trade partners. Your support continues to be our backbone of growth. The MAG arena at Mata that you will see down there is just not a booth. It's a testament of what we are trying to create in the MAG ecosystem altogether. The pavilion is one of the biggest in the history of any trade fair in Asia. In fact, it's the biggest in Malaysia Airlines history as well. So what you will see in the arena is a joint of multiple collaboration of great partners near and far coming together, technology and innovation. And that's where we want to take this airline to as well. Now above that, you will see somewhere on the right side of the pavilion, a beautiful cabin crew. We do have a lot of beautiful cabin crew here as well. But you see an AI generated cabin crew for the first time ever. We're showcasing, try to spot that in our pavilion as well. Now with that, allow me to present a very short video showcasing our aspiration and the path ahead for MAG and the airlines. Thank you.
We embarked on a journey, finding ways to elevate how we see travel. Learning from our shortfalls to bring us to greater heights. Innovating new ways to connect the world, no matter how near or far, while spreading the warmth of Malaysian hospitality, beginning a time for more, encouraging all to embrace fresh discoveries and new beginnings. With wings that symbolize home and the flight of your dreams. Nurturing budding friendships that blossom into lifelong partnerships. Creating an era of meaningful connections with diverse ways of travel to foster connections across the globe. Elevating pleasures, big or small. Giving every guest a warm welcome. With aspirations for greater achievements. We create journeys that will be cherished for a lifetime. With our signature Malaysian hospitality. Celebrating our homeland with pride. As the hope of Malaysia, we wave our flag high in the skies. Embarking on a continuous journey. Striving to elevate all we do, to serve you better. As you rally behind us, we take bold strides forward, welcoming change along the way. With Malaysia Airlines, a time for memorable journeys awaits all guests, near and far, as your gateway to Asia and beyond.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So much to look forward to with Malaysia Airlines. So thank you so much to our gentlemen up front for sharing with us a couple of exciting announcements that we can keep an eye out for the future to look forward to as well. So we shall proceed to the media Q&A. With that, we'll open the floor to questions. Now please be reminded, ladies and gentlemen, to state your name and the publication that you represent and to whom your question is directed to, and please be mindful as well to keep your questions related to today's announcements only. So we shall open the floor to questions. If you have one, do raise your hand. We have one question right here in the middle, on the right. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Yes. My question is
your name?
I'm Bhuvaneswari from TTG Asia.
TTG Asia.
Yeah, Bhuvan. Yeah, the ongoing tariff war between China and the US.
I'm selling tickets today.
No, do you foresee any delivery delays or even orders that are delivery delays? I think
Thank you.
Yeah, especially with the B737-8 and 10.
Yes, thank you for your good question. Typically, I would like to talk about Mata, but nevertheless, it's a good question. At the moment, we don't anticipate any delays from our scheduled deliveries. However, we remain cautious of any evolution with regards to macroeconomics. Indeed, I believe I made a statement yesterday at our financial results. Any instability in macroeconomic is not good for consumers, not only to Malaysia. To answer your question directly, we don't anticipate any delays as of now.
Alright, thank you for your question. Again, we'd like to remind our guests here today to keep your questions related to today's event only. So we'll have the next question. There you go, towards on the right of me first. We'll get to you in just a bit after this.
Bilkish. Yes, Bilkish.
Hi. Okay, so I have two questions actually. The first one, the new Manchester United livery, right? Will it be on your 4th 330neo? And my second question is, when will MH fly to another European destination?
The 330neo is the current seal, right? The current A330 seal on the NU logo is not on the neo. Okay. Where would you like us to fly to, Kish?
Milan, Amsterdam, Manchester.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Milan. Also on a serious note, we have plans for additional few more European points over the next 5 years. Not likely this year after Paris. We do have ambitions, but as you know, the late deliveries of our airplanes, we are reviewing the timeline to go to the next European destination. A little bit of context, British. Malaysia Aviation Group strategy is not point to point. It has to be a network through OND, origin and destination. So sorry to disappoint you, no new European route this year. Am I right?
Why is the new livery on the old CEOs? Why is it not on the new news?
Because Bilkish, to paint liveries of aeroplane, it takes humongous ground time, a lot of ground time, and speed to market is important to us. So a couple of weeks ago, we have an airplane doing heavy maintenance. That's the right candidate for us to put on the 330CO. So why on the 330CO? Why not on the 350? Because the market that we serve have a fan base of 577 million in Asia Pacific. So it's very important that we select the right metal to put this MU logo. If you put it on the 350, it's a different market. Europe and so forth. Then you got Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans. But in Asia Pacific, the 577 million marketplace. That's key. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Bagish. I believe the gentleman there have a question.
Hi, I'm Iqbal from Flash.
I can't see you. Siapa ni?
Iqbal.
Iqbal.
Yeah. So, you know that Manchester United will come here in May. And what's your thought about it?
I'll pass that question to Desi. Personally, I'm very excited. Right? I'm an MU fan since I was a small boy. Bobby Carlton, George Best. I'm very excited, and I hope I can get some tickets for it as well. Desi, your thoughts?
I think from an airline perspective, we are on it. We will be chartering them from Manchester back down to KL, and we will be flying them on the KL Hong Kong League as well. So we are definitely excited with that as well.
So, how much we will support the tour? Is there any promotion or special about the tour from us?
Yeah, so we just launched a promotion for people, for fan base in ASEAN. You can go onto our webpage, use our promo code to actually purchase with a special discount. Now, if it's not really a Manchester United fan base, if you're an Arsenal fan base, Liverpool fan base, you can still use the promo code, right? You can. So we invite everyone else, the football fans, to come together to KL to actually watch the game. If they're close to Hong Kong and they want to fly to Hong Kong, the same promo code is also applicable to Hong Kong as well.
And lastly, this global tour that Manchester United is doing also help local economy? What is your thought on that?
Yes, definitely, Iqbal. Any events that's been undertaken by the country will definitely induce indirect catalysts for economic multiplier. Unfortunately, I don't have the number for you, whether it will be 2x or 3x multiplier, but definitely, because we are flooding these offers not only to Malaysia, to the wider region of Asia Pacific, and we hope that fans all over Asia Pacific would fly Malaysia Airlines to come and enjoy the game in Kuala Lumpur, henceforth inducing local tourism into the country. I hope I answered the question. I don't have an answer of the multiplier, but I suspect definitely more than 2x.
Yeah. Thank you, but I believe there's a question in the gentleman in the middle row as well, and after this we'll get to you.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot. It's Adrian Schofield with Aviation.
Yes, Adrian.
Very interesting to see the pictures of the new lie flat seats for the 737-10. So I wonder if you could talk a little bit about the role that the -10s will play in your network, and also if you could talk a little bit about the importance of the Australian market to your broader network.
Adrian, thank you. I'll answer your second question first. The Australian market is very important to us. To date, our performance over the last 2.5 years have recorded a very healthy load factor in the tune of average of 85%. And during peak season, it surpasses 90% load factor on the Australian market. And arising from that demand out of Australia is mostly not point-to-point traffic. It is a network flow that feeds Europe and the wider Asia Pacific, and typically ASEAN region. And looking at that, Adrian, Malaysia Aviation Group, Malaysia specifically, we want to grow in Australia. So we will be introducing 3 times capacity, 3 times flight into Sydney, Melbourne, and Sydney and Melbourne first, gradually from August until October. So customers will enjoy flexibility of making their booking on flights 3 times a day to Melbourne and Sydney. So by increasing those capacity, it is credible, Adrian, then I could answer Bill Kish's question to fast forward another equilibrium point. And on the rationale of lie flat, so the picture that you guys, ladies and gentlemen, that you see earlier just now is a first rendering. We have not gone to market for RFP on the seat supplier yet. This is the first rendering, the rationale of this device. India metro cities. For those who are not familiar what I mean by metro cities, in India metro cities are the likes of Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, and Chennai. Those are key markets which is very difficult for Malaysia as a country to get bilateral agreement from the Indian government to increase capacity. Naturally, the Indian government would want the Indian-based airlines to increase capacity first. So if we want to go into India with increased capacity of flights, more Airbus 330, very unlikely we will be able to get those approval. So the thought process is that we launched MAX 10 on these flights, on metro cities from Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, with the experience that you see on the MAX 10, single aisle seat lie flat access, single aisle access lie flat, then the customer would have the same experience when they connect onwards from Kuala Lumpur on our 330 meal. And primarily, that's the mission of MAX 10, a range of 4 to 5 to 6 hours. So ladies and gentlemen, MAX 10 is a longer fuselage aeroplane. Typically, it can fit about 189, 190 seats on board this metal. As compared to MAX -8, it can fit on Malaysia Airlines configuration, it's about 174. So this MAX 10 is coming in with our configuration configuration will be also 174. Right? In the case operations have difficulty due to technical issues on the MAX 10 aeroplane, Captain NASA could also launch a MAX 8 to recover the services. The only setback is that the customers who are supposed to enjoy the life flight would probably revert back to the MAX 8. We also envision the remaining MAX 8 of 30, the product in the cabin will be different from the current MAX 8. We are evaluating the need to introduce back RFEs and many more of this stuff. Thank you. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, just move on to the next question from this lady here. We'll get to you right after this, okay?
Yes, Nico.
Hi, Captain. Congrats on the new menu livery. I'm quite the artist.
Are you an MU fan?
I guess I'll say I am. My question is with regards to the new NEOs. You're going all out by November with the NEOs to ANZ, and you're also increasing capacity to 21 times a week. What are you hearing so far from the market and from crew as well on the interior of the A330 NEOs?
I'll get Captain Nasser and Desi to support me. So the feedback that I get through voice of customers from social platform in the group and directly from our customers has been fantastic, right? And only yesterday, somebody flew on the 330 NEO. It was Adrian. He loves it. He loves it. It's privacy doors, single aisle access, and he's able to have a total lie flat with privacy. I don't know, Captain Nasser, you have any feedback? So far, it's been good. Very good.
Yes, and because in the context of the cabin crew as well, they loved it because the technology or the equipment that we have got on board is state of the art, and the feedback that we received from the cabin crew themselves through the report that gave to us, the passenger loved it, both economy and also the business class and families.
So I think, Nicole, from a trade perspective, both Captain Nizam and Nasser said that they all love it. In fact, just to add that point, once we complete our vision, the entire ANZ operation will have one of the youngest fleet ever to operate into the complete ANZ, competing with all the rest of the carriers. Because every of the NEO will all be going into the ANZ region before it gets onwards as well. So the Melbourne and Sydney, all 21X by December, will be the youngest operating fleet in terms of Melbourne and Sydney as well.
So Nicola, I just want to add one more thing. One of the main important ambition of MAG is to be ahead of the market. Right? 3 years ago, 2.5 years, before 2.5 years ago, every airline offered Wi-Fi, which you have to pay. Malaysia Aviation Group, Malaysia Airlines specifically, we went to market 2 years ago, free Wi-Fi, right? Free Wi-Fi. And now it becomes a norm. So now the competition is very stiff. So Malaysia Aviation Group, we have to rethink now. Okay, Wi-Fi is the base. What is next? Right? So we are evaluating of streaming now. So currently you can check your emails and WhatsApp. So we're evaluating whether it's cost effective for us to provide free streaming. Right? So I believe I'm very fortunate that we were first to market on the privacy door on the 330 product. Thank you.
All right.
I think there's a hand.
Yes, the gentleman on my left there. We'll pass your microphone in just a bit. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum dan salam hormat. Saya Nazrin from Bernama. Questions to Dato'. How does this Malaysia Airlines X Manchester United co-branded livery align with MAG's long-term brand vision, and what made Manchester United the ideal global partner? And my second question is, can you share what kind of exposure MAG is expecting to gain through this co-branded livery with the club as globally recognized as Manchester United? Thank you.
Good question, Nazrin. Yes, my son's name is Nazrin too. So I cannot talk to my son. Can you answer the question?
Okay, sure. Captain Nizam will add. Now, why Manchester United? I think that the captain has actually shared that across. Now, number one, it's because of the fan base. So if you look at Manchester United now, every other football has a great fan base as well. Manchester United has the largest fan base. The largest fan base is where we fly to. It's our destination as well. This partnership with Manchester United is very different. It's not on the jersey. It's very focused on the commercial marketing front. What we focus on with Manchester is to work with their database, we work with their fan base, and see how we could cultivate people to fly, right? And that's what we're looking for, number one. Number two is to elevate the brand. We always need a partner to elevate the brand. If we could leverage their database, their fan base, which is really large, 577 million, and work out as a partner, it elevates the brand together. And that's the whole ambition of it. I hope that's part of that question being answered.
So, Nazrin, I just would like to add, qualitatively, the passion and purpose are very aligned. MAG has checkered journey and a desire to transform, to bring back its old glory, right? And there'll be challenges. It's going to be painful, and the journey that MAG took over the last 5-8 years has been painful. Alhamdulillah, today we see the sweetness of our hard work, very beautiful. So, Manchester United also have the same passion and purpose. It aligns with the aspiration and the transformation journey that MAG is providing. Maybe Manchester United also looking at MAG, how and where they can adopt the transformation journey that we put in place. Right? You know, MU is not great in the table ranking, but my gut feel, watch them, they will excel in the future. Secondly, the quantitative portion of it. The brand of Malaysia Aviation Group was eroded immediately over the last, before this, especially pre-2015, and you know what happened before that. The brand disappeared, collapsed. So we need a brand that's strong enough with huge fan base to help carry us together, so that the recognition of MAG brand, and specifically Malaysia Airlines brand, could be re-elevated. Alhamdulillah, last week report from Brand Finance, Malaysia Airlines is back into the table ranking. No doubt it's number 50, number 1 is Delta Airlines, but at least we are back now with a surge of 209%. Typically, any organization, their brand value increases year on year by maybe low 2-digit percentage point. So over the last 3 years, a Malaysia Airlines brand has surged 209%. So the motivation with MU is exactly that. And to my sales team, my head of sales is here. So you have 577 million fan base. This is as a businessman talking. If the fan base is 577 million, the ROI conversion rate that I give to him on a daily basis is 5x, 6x multiplier. But in the worst scenario of conversion rate of about 0.3%, 577 million fan base. If Dusty and his team is able to convert 0.3% at an average fare of $300 US, do the math. It's nearly $1 billion to the business. So that's one qualitative and quantitative. I hope I answered your question. Thank you, Nazrin.
Thank you, Nazrin, for your question. I believe we have time for just one final question, if there is one.
One final question. Yes, gentlemen.
Good morning. My name is Thomas from Malaysia News Channel. Besides football, Manchester United and Arsenal, does MAG plans to partnership with other sports, for example, the Formula One? Thank you.
Thomas, I am a Formula One fan as well. I'm a Mercedes fan. Just maybe come and follow me for about 2 minutes. When Malaysia Aviation Group demonstrated the hockey stick 3 years ago, we had brands knocking on our door early last year. So we have Juventus, we have Arsenal, we have Liverpool, we have Manchester United, we have Red Bull, we have, I can't remember, there are a lot of brands that has actually been knocking on our door. Unfortunately, we are still transforming. We have to be very careful where we invest. And the investment that we put in must be meaningful, that drives a certain level of return on investment. So unfortunately, Thomas, to answer your question, not this year, Thomas, on Formula 1. I wish I could, but you know, Thomas is the most expensive sport to sponsor. Really, it's very expensive. It's probably 1 year's salary to my staff. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. And that wraps up our press conference section.
The advantage of the exciting promotion and offers that Malaysia Aviation Group is offering today. So the key takeaway that I would like to share with all of you of our conversation over the last 20 minutes. Malaysia Aviation Group remains steadfast in its growth plans with an ambition of being a credible premium full service carrier by delivering our customer value proposition, global network, cabin services, cabin comfort, in-flight dining, and fleet modernization. So the other key takeaway is Malaysia Airlines system, Malaysia Airlines Berhad, re-entered the top 50 airline brands globally, marking a 209% surge in brand value, testament to our vision of elevating our promise to our customers. And the Boeing 737-10 lie-flat single-aisle access business class product, we believe will be a game changer from 2029 onwards. For that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.